Wow. I think I'm live. Tell me if you hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good morning, everybody. Hello, hello. Bill, you can't hear me on this? Can you hear me here? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Can Trevor says yes. Thank you, Trevor. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you, Ann. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Camilla. All right, Western Goddess, thank you. Good morning, all listeners. Ellie London, welcome. Good morning, good morning, good morning. All right. Everybody can hear me loud and clear, right? So I don't have to use this mic. All right. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. Morning thoughts. It is, ever since this thing, I feel very different about this morning thoughts thing. Big up to everybody. Shout out to all my people going out to work this morning. Shout out to all the people coming in from work. Extra special big up shout out to the people that working 2 jobs. Manners and respect to you even under these conditions. Shout out to the people staying at home because you are locked in, whether you're laid off. I say a special prayer for the people that are laid off because the bills don't stop coming. You know what I say? People are laid off, but the bills don't stop coming. Light bill, water bill, phone bill, gas bill, rent, mortgages, them thing there. So shout out to those people out there holding the family together, making it, holding yourself together and making it. Two big stories for this morning, and then we're gonna talk probably about anything else. I don't want this to go over an hour because people don't usually watch them the whole way. Anyhow, big up to my truck drivers, them out there on the road doing it. Shout out to my stay-at-home moms and pops. Just everybody, man. Manners and respect to you. If you're a good, clean heart person and you want good for other people as much as you want good for yourself, then shout out to you this morning. I respect you to the fullest. Big up yourself. All right. All right. So here we go now. Dexta Daps. Dexta is free. The girls, them chululups and bunanos. He's he is free. He is free. Dexta Daps was held under. We're going to talk about Dexta Daps, and then we're going to get into a more serious topic, which is the 43 Jamaicans that are still on that boat. All right. A lot of people want us to stop talking about it. People have actually contacted us to stop talking about it, but I don't want to stop talking about it. Somebody has to speak up for them. All right. So, and no, the Dexta Daps thing. Dexta was held under state of emergency guidelines, which I went and did my reading research of the Jamaican law. And he could be held, he could have been held for months, like almost indefinitely, but he was free. He got a big lawyer, Peter Champagne. Peter Champagne work out the thing. I'm pretty sure Peter Champagne is very aggressive, so he'll probably be like, hey, you still have my client down there? Listen, you guys have him down there for weeks now. It's been a couple of weeks. You have him down there for weeks now, and you are risking a lawsuit. You haven't charged him with anything or all that. But this just goes to show, like, if you have solid charges on a person, then by all means, because I am all for the law, to lock them up, right? And then take it from there as the law requires. But this thing that they have, and it's not only in Jamaica, it's in other Caribbean islands where a certain class of us, they are able to just come pick you up, lock you up, hold you for weeks, and then let you go. And then when you ask, what am I being charged for? Or what do you have against me that you had to hold me for this long or all that? Don't worry about it, man. You're good. Go on. Like that. So luckily he's out. It could have been another way around, given his charges, and people have other things to say that are not good that I don't know about. But I saw people steal. All right, watch me. I'm glad to him free. A Dexta Daps saying up. Say all when you have 10 man. May I be 11. Me never. Dexta make every girl, every woman feel good. All if she have 10 man already, you make her know say, babes, you're still good here. If you have 10 already, I will be 11. And that was one of his biggest songs. If for those of you who don't know who Dexta Daps is, all right, early morning ride. I know a lot of people going to work this morning as well. So I'm up on the train right now. I don't know if the trains are open. Lord, me wouldn't want there no train right now. All right. Somebody say money talk and BS walk. Nice. Right. Yeah, true. He got a big lawyer. For those of us who can't afford a Peter Champagne, then you know we would just be in trouble. We would just have to sit down there. Matter of fact, the artist, one of the artists, forget his name right now, but Squash was held for over 5 months. So what, babe? Jam down 2NJ79. Thank you. Jam down, big up yourself. Manners and respect. People, look. I'm leading up into the real topic what I want to talk about, because I also have some voice notes here that I find very disturbing. And we're going to be talking about the living conditions that these Jamaicans are under, because some people said, okay, they're on the ship, they're doing fine. We're going to talk about all that. But first of all, let me shout out and say thank you. See, this is my office. I finally have my office space back again. Damn, lucky me not wear underwear. Like that reporter that wasn't wearing no nothing from the waist down, and he was broadcasting from home and the camera dipped. Oh boy. Anyhow, I have my office back, and it's thanks to all the people. Whether you donated $1, $10, $50, I told people that I needed $890 to send out the wheelchair. And I'm gonna tell you something about the wheelchair too, because in life, man, make sure say you helping somebody and doing good, because everything comes back around. For real. Now, the office clear out. There's no barrel in here no more. There's no big box in here no more. And that's what I want to say thank you for, because all that money came in, and I posted it on Instagram the day. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that post the day when which was Wednesday. So today is Friday. Wednesday, I was able to put those things in my truck, drive it to the shipping place, pay the money to get it shipped to Jamaica from Florida, then to get it cleared through customs in Jamaica, and then to get it delivered from Kingston to Clarendon. Okay, so that's what the money covered. Because some people was like, Alamatel, so expensive to ship a barrel. Well, a barrel and a big box that held a wheelchair as well. Right? And you're talking about customs, you're talking about from Florida to Jamaica, and then you're talking about having someone specially deliver it, clear it through customs for them, and bring it to the facility. And shout out to Nurse Gardner at this facility. I will let y'all know more about the stuff as it lands and all this. Big up on yourself, man. I feel proud. I feel good that we can I can say to you, look, help me to help these people. And you actually do reach out and help. It kind of made my voice quiver up a little bit. I love it. Them kind of vibrations is what we're dealing with, right? Helping each other. Now, I'm proud of you. I am proud of you, because I didn't do it. I just coordinated the stuff, right? I did put a few dollars of myself in there as well, of course, but all the shipping and everything that needed to be done came from this audience. And I thank you so much for that. And I'm sure when they get it, you know what's funny? So before this whole pandemic stuff came about, me and my wife actually packed this barrel. And of course, because it was for a medical facility, we said, yo, let's put in face masks and gloves. And we did all that, whole heap of hand sanitizers and alcohol. That's just us was packing the barrel before we even knew anything about any of what was about to happen. So to know that that barrel is packed with these things, I honestly am praying right now, sir, when I get to Jamaica, just God go with the barrel and not make nobody go in there and say, "Rod, them thing here we need right now. Pass me one of them there," because it's well packed for things that are needed now. Hear this story, and then I'm gonna move into the 45 Jamaicans or the 43 Jamaicans after this story right here. Listen, my grandmother is in Jamaica, right? And y'all know I always talk about my grandmother. My grandmother just lost her leg. And here I am with a wheelchair that I just purchased because the facility, when I was in Jamaica visiting, me and wifey was down there, I just stopped and I said, if they supply all this area of people, I'm sure that they have needs. It's rural Jamaica, way up in the hills of Clarendon. And just by going there, and the lady said, you know, we need a wheelchair. We would really appreciate a wheelchair if we could get one. And I thought, because I work in occupational therapy, the proper kind of wheelchair to get. And I got the wheelchair, right? The rest of the barrel being packed and everything shipped off, that's all you guys did it. The only thing I got was the wheelchair because I didn't want people to be lifting old people, walking them up this hill and falling with them and all this stuff. So I buy a wheelchair for other people. And about a couple of weeks ago, I heard from Jamaica because we can't go in. My mom and everybody else, like my grandmother in the hospital and all that. It came down to this. My grandmother lost one of her legs. She didn't have diabetes. She didn't have no high sugar levels, no nothing. She lost her leg. My grandma is in her 90s now. She's in her early 90s. My grandma lost her leg recently due to a blood clot. A blood clot, you know, that clotted down by her toe, and they said, and traveled up to her groin. And that blood clot must have grew and cut off circulation to her leg. And then she got a cut. She bucked her toe, cut one of her toes, wasn't paying attention to it. When everybody else kept telling her, look, you need to take that to the doctor, and she have it wrap up under some country remedy stuff, and she said it would be all right, it will heal. And it went from that to her foot changing color to her being in a hospital, and then the only option was to take her leg. You know what I'm saying? So we're all going through stuff. And this is my grandmother that raised me. I mean, I tell people sometimes life do make you question certain things, but you still have to hold faith, because I don't know a woman that is more giving and more loving and more humble and more praying and more caring than this woman right here. I have never heard my grandmother use a bad word in my whole life. That's why I talk about those people like that. You know what I'm saying? And she's that kind of person. And she holds firm in her faith. And I'm telling you that it's her faith that brought her through, because in a time like this, when they're not so technology savvy, and we're still in touch with them, but we can't be there. It's speaking to her. Her spirit was higher than mine. I feel like I'm mourning like it's my leg. I come off. See? And my grandmother is keeping us up in spirit. So, yes. Now she's going to need a wheelchair. So it brings me to the story of thanking you for helping me to be able to get the wheelchair and the barrel we had for those people in Jamaica. And boom, now my grandmother need a wheelchair. You see how life works. So don't you ever look at somebody else and try to down or try to clown out their situation, especially when you're dealing with sickness or anything can happen to any of us any minute of any day. None of us are exempt. You know what I'm saying? So you don't laugh at other people's downfall. You don't make fun. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing. We can teach lessons and we can make jokes about certain things. But when you're going to be serious at making fun at somebody's illness, I realize that in this life, we all have a destiny with some form of sickness, or we all definitely have a destiny with death. Those two things. So your day will come, whether it's young or when you're middle age or when you get old. Your day too will come where something not gonna right with you. I mean, I don't know one human being, and I've seen human being live from baby age to as old as you can go, 109, and not one of us escape without sickness this life. And I'm not talking no cold. You're gonna get something real in your lifetime. It's just life and the human body and the way it deteriorates, for that matter, over time, the longer you've been on earth. You know what I'm saying? Wear and tear and all kind of thing happen to it. Eventually we have to go. It's a part of life. It's always hard though when it's people that you're close to, and I'm not saying she's dead or dying, but you know, if you get an amputation in your 90s, then you pretty much, plus we don't know nobody will live to be 90 times 2, so it's not like she have another 90 years. Anyhow, moving right along. Yeah, my grandmother is a good woman. She's strong in faith and she will be okay, and she has a proper support system. So I wish it could be more, because I do occupational therapy. I work with people that have lost limbs to help to get them to become more functional again. I've even done well, all aspects of it, of the rehabilitation process. So I would love for the place to free up so I could actually fly into Jamaica right now and give her some good therapy. My cousin is there, he's giving her good therapy, and he went to school for it as well. So she'll be all right. She'll be all right. All right. Now, we're in Clarendon. You ship the barrel. Oh, where? I'll tell you where and all that. Like, you got to be careful when you're giving out addresses over social media and stuff. Next thing you know, people lay wait in the stuff that you have there. They go break into the facility. Like, we live in a weird world where we just have to be, we have to be aware. You know what I'm saying? Don't just put yourself out there to be a victim. I'm not the type to throw out addresses over here. So we'll say it. Yeah, thanks, babe. We'll say it after. When they get the stuff, is confirmed they get the stuff, and I know they're doing what they need to do with it, then all that. And plus, I told you that the next time I'm in Jamaica, I'm going to go to that facility, and we're also going to move around the place and talk to the people that live in the area and all these things. It's going to be fun, but that's in the future. As you know, right now, everything still keep lockdown. You know what I'm saying? All right. But this is life, and we deal with life at a real speed. So shout out to Dexta for being free. Shout out to my grandmother for being strong, for being the matriarch of our family, for real, a real strong Black woman, someone that I am proud of, someone that set an example as to if you're going to look for a wife for life, it better be like she, someone like that. Anyhow, 45 Jamaicans still stuck at sea. Hear this. Yeah, I could have done a call-in this morning. I mean, the phone is open if you know the line, but could have done a call-in. Make sure the phone on. Somebody was saying no calling. All right. Inusasa Reggae Rastafari, love SouFlo, excellent, my brother, Sila, blessings, your grand siblings, massive big up, one love. One love, family. Manners and respect. All right. So, all right, here we go. The people are still on the ship. Sadly, there are people that have contacted me to get me to stop talking about the people on the ship. I'm sure you've seen the comments even under when we try to cover these videos, right? We're having a discussion and talking about these people being on the ship and being denied their constitutional rights to enter back into their own country. You have people that say to stop talk about it, leave the subject matter alone. And I'm disappointed that, but what else could we expect? I'm disappointed that it's our own people that want us to stop talking about it. If I was out there, I would want somebody to stop I would want somebody to speak up on my behalf. And so I would know that I am not just stranded out here. I was trying to put this on a big speaker for you, But the big speakers ain't working for some reason. It's electronics. So I'm gonna play this the voice note, right? This voice note of a couple of people that are on the ship, and then I'm going to talk about stuff like their living conditions, what their family have to say, and all that, because they're hiding the stuff from the people. Them know they just want us to forget about these people like they don't exist. So anyhow, here we go. Ready up. Listen carefully.
To deny a man the right to at least comfort his family, trust me, it's not a good feeling. And we're here on the ship, we're just pleading to the Jamaican government to just give us the opportunity to come home. Whatever the case might be, it is our home, and we want to come home. We want to protect our family, we want to comfort our family. We just want the right to be a Jamaican.
I don't think it's right to plead to the Jamaican government for me to come home. I have no criminal record. I am not aware of anything that I have done wrong. This epidemic time that we are in right now, it's uncontrollable at the moment, and it's ongoing. I know it's bigger than the world, and everyone is trying their endeavor to get this thing under control. Nevertheless, we still have to maintain the rights of the citizens to be home in their country where they belong and where they're from. I don't think there should be an excuse why a citizen can't return home to his country and being denied by his government. Every other country is accepting their people, and they have death toll which is way more than what Jamaicans can ever dreamed of. It is so alarming knowing that 43 Jamaicans came to Jamaica shore pleading to get home, and they have been refused. So I don't think it's fair enough for us to be pleading and begging to come home to our country. The leader of Jamaica, they're not treating us fairly. And this is taking a toll on the people on this side of the world that want to go home to their family or their home. They're losing it. People can't hold it together much longer. They are losing it. We are working on something. What is that something? We have no idea what the something is. What you're working on? What is creating the hold up in between Royal Caribbean and Jamaica government, Carnival and other cruise line? These cruise lines are taking people home to other countries. And I am going to say to Mr. Holness, this is going to affect you for your next election. We are upset. We are not satisfied. We're not pleased with the leadership that we're getting from the Prime Minister of Jamaica. We are losing it out here, and we can't keep it together much longer. We need to go home.
All right, we're going to keep that international freedom.
All right. So when I heard that, when I heard them talk like that, he's telling you that they're losing it. But the thing is, there was an interview that was done with one of the girls or one of the ladies' mother that's on that ship, and she's talking about how she's ill and she has to take care of the children or the child of her daughter who is on the ship. So now she fell ill, she has to take care of them, plus all these conditions going on. She has a child, you know what I'm saying? So people talking about these people like they're just, oh, I just 43 people on that ship. They're somebody's daughter. They have children at home that want their parents home under these conditions, these kind of things. And you as another person from Jamaica just look at this situation and say, Lord God, I'm tired of this now, man, stop. Or you always make Jamaica look bad with them something here. They're fine on the ship. They're going to be okay. They're not fine on the ship, okay? For that part that I think people missed, the female on the ship they get to call their people, all of them get to call their people, but you got to understand their living conditions. They're not even together anymore. They are being held in their rooms, and they're separated from each other. They are confined to their rooms. That's solitary confinement like prison, because you know how one of them little room up on the ship for a ship worker look, and you're confined to that, you might as well be in a prison cell. So the people them that's talking about how these people are doing fine, them all right, man, them good on the ship. How are you good on the ship confined? They got sent from Jamaica waters, and people are saying, oh, it wasn't Jamaica waters. It was close enough. They could have put 2 Coast Guard boats in the water, went and grabbed their people and bring them in. That's it. It didn't take 24 hours. No excuse is good in this situation. It shouldn't take 24 hours for you to decide. And that's what happened. And the ship captain, of course, for those who are blaming him, those naive people that are blaming the ship captain has a schedule to keep. He don't own that ship. It's just like a public bus driver who's driving a bus route. They're not going to sit at the bus stop all day and wait indefinitely for you. They have a schedule to keep on that bus route, right? He gave Jamaica 24 hours and them let the people go. So all the stuff that Prime Minister Andrew Holness is talking about, him never find out till after them left, and they told the ship captain to wait, but him didn't wait long enough. He waited, and he waited 24 hours. It's docked and proven. The man wait, them refuel. He stayed there to the next day, 24 hours clear, and left. And then they have the nerve to say, well, the process of getting them from that ship onto the island, we did not have a time frame around how long that would take because things need to be coordinated. So it could have been, it was going to be way more than 24 hours. Don't blame the ship. Don't blame the ship captain. Blame the negligence of the administration that is in power right now. Because if that message got all the way up to, what's his name? The Mr. Chang man that's responsible for our national security. I can't remember his name right now, but if that got Harsh Chang, if that message got all the way up to Harsh Chang that, hey, 45 of your citizens are out here right now. If y'all could come grab them, whatever you have to do, get your paperwork right, whatever. If it went to Harsh Chang, that means that it got to the Prime Minister, okay? It got to the Prime Minister. Their excuse that they're given now is just to save face. You have people that even come on the channel and say, how much the PMP them appear you for this? You know, the election will come, I see what you're trying to do. Like, they're politicizing these people's situation. This is not politics. That little girl who wants her mom to come home and knows her mom is stuck out at sea, England didn't take them in. England said you can dock the ship here, but they can't come off of it. That's the situation for them. They went all the way to Portugal, sailing across the ocean, and got rejected. Then the plane dropped off who they had to drop off in Portugal because Portugal took their Portuguese people, and then the ship went on some more and ended up in Stockholm, right? The British government says they cannot get off that ship. They can only dock there. There's no clearance being made for them to go from the ship back to them yard or nothing. And they're saying that they're locked up to be confined in these rooms. You're not allowed to leave your room, confined to your room in this ship that you work on. And now you're hearing, wait. We're still waiting for your government. And you hear that every day. And it's been 30 days. And you locked in this room for 30 days already gone. And you're hearing, wait. Well, we're still waiting. We can't hear anything back from the Jamaican government yet. You're just sitting here. What would your mind start to think? Considering all that's going on around you, they make excuses like there is no excuse, man. At the time when those people were supposed to come into the island had 79 cases. The island now has almost 400 cases. None of those people to date have still tested for or shown signs of. And it's been a long time. So, I don't know. It's just deplorable. It's deplorable. It's disgraceful. I would hate to be treated as... And you know, I always say on my show to my audience members, make sure you invest in home and this and that. There's one place in the world that no one can return you from or ship you out of or deny you entry to, and it's the place you were born and raised even. And they born and raised, no criminal records, These are people that work hard for a living. They were out in the middle of the ocean. They can't tell the ship, hey, they're going to close Jamaica borders. Turn the ship around. Bring me home now. They're ship workers. And it sounds bad, but ship worker, in the grand scheme of things on a ship, they're not somebody with rank that can make stuff happen. So I saw it go. Somebody big up SouFLo, the Jamaican PJ treat the ship workers like them had no love. Yes, RB, very true. And it's our own people. But I tell you what, I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. Anyhow, anybody was on that ship that was connected to one of the upper class families of Jamaica, your daddy prominent, your mother prominent, something like that, or your dad's in parliament or something like that. Anyhow, any of that kind of a person was on that ship with them, we just wasn't priority. Yeah, they weren't priority. They're not from the priority class. That's some ship work of them. I always tell people this in the for instance, you see in the military, if you think about it, and for all the years I did in it, I never saw not one rich person child in there. What does that tell you? Right? So there are certain things that is only poor people picking to do. If life's so rough for you that you have to go work on a ship that sails to Hayway there and everywhere, not saying it couldn't be your career field that you really truly enjoy, but for the majority of us, that ain't the first choice for us, and definitely ain't the first choice for these brothers and sisters. It's a good opportunity to provide for their family, but we know what class of people these are. Sad to put it that way, but it is what it is, right? Them thing here, when we talk them kind of truth, that people cuss we, man. Call we all kind of name, as if these things don't really exist. We have to start having these hard truth conversations, else we're never going to get better at anything. The more we try to act like certain things don't happen. One of my biggest thing in Jamaica is, and I see it now, is this worshiping of our politicians. And that's why things like this happen. And it will continue to happen, and it will get worse. Other people will take advantage of us because they see that, well, their government don't care about them. Canada flying halfway across the world to go get their people. Other countries making sure that even though their borders are supposed to be 100% sealed, that they make those special provisions to get their people in. Because who else is supposed to take your people? You took the deportees when they came in. Took 46 deportees. And you couldn't take 43 or 45, it started out saying it was, and then them turn it to 43. So let's say 43, because that's what the media is reporting now. So 43 Jamaicans, hardworking, tax-paying, law-abiding citizens, born and raised Jamaicans, and you turned them away, but you took 46 deportees. Explain that to me. And the borders are closed, right? We're sealed in, right? I see a lot of people saying that they get money for each deportee. I've heard that. People are asking me to do a whole segment on it, but I've been researching high, low, and everywhere, and I can't find anything documented. So if somebody out here know, please tell me. I can't find anything documented where they do get paid to take these deportees back, and how much are they paid per deportee. I know it's out there, but I don't have proof, so I can't speak about it. But if it is true, it would explain why they would actually turn away. And then when you go to when you are brought in, I don't know if y'all notice, that part bugs me out. Or maybe because me used to places that have freeness. Not that I love freeness, but certain benefits then. You got to pay for your own quarantine. If they decide you're not to be quarantined at home, You have to pay for your own quarantine at the place they put you. That's another thing that's weird. Yeah. One babe. That's my wife. She's saying Jamaica has so many nice hotels. Why don't they let the hotel people? Let me explain that to you. Jamaica have enough nice hotels, right? Yes, you have to pay for your own quarantine. And so, and they're putting, the hotels are turning over their properties, some of them, for this specific purpose, right? Because them said them run out of room, so the hotels jumped in. But hear this. I think the deal was the administration must make sure that the hotels make some money. Because think about it, in this time, what's going on? The whole hotel tourism industry shut down. So if the tourism industry is shut down, there's a whole lot of money being lost. A whole lot of money being lost. So here's a way to make some money back for these hotels. But at the expense of people that are in desperation. This is no freeness. This is not even a give back. These hotels make a whole lot of money out of Jamaica, you know, and them get all kind of tax breaks and stuff. So if they're really there for the interest of the island or the people that live there, the citizens, they would give back something and truly give back. The people have to pay. They will be putting you up in one of these hotels because the hotels are giving over their facility, but you're going to pay. Brain says it's funny because other Caribbean islands are actually requiring some of these hotels to use their property under these conditions. And I believe under state of emergency in Jamaica, the law allows them to act outside of the norm. So they probably could actually commandeer the damn hotels and say, listen, this is an emergency thing we're going through. If we can't recover from this, there will be no big industry of tourists for a long, long time to come. So it's in your best interest and our best interest for our people as well, for us to be able to use your facility. We'll pay the light bill and the phone bill as the government, but charging the citizens to be quarantined, I don't know. I don't know. Somebody said they wanted to go to Jamaica to go to Ibo Star Hotel, a non-moon palace owned by Mexicans. Yeah. Who owns our airports? Mexicans. You know what happens when you don't own your own airport and you're not in control of it? You don't really know what's coming in and what's going out at a higher level. Same thing's going to happen for our wharfs and then our airways and airlines that come in and out. Once you don't own any of those things, don't think your border is secure, because it's not. And then, of course, you see what can happen. But onto this, though, about these 43 Jamaicans, it's an emergency situation. That's what it is at this point. I would not want my family members to be stuck out there like this. So I can't get up here and honestly say, I think he's doing the right thing for the country. How? Sandals are donating rooms to personnel. Yeah, some of them are. Some of the hotels are. But I'm understanding that there's a fee. It's not just a donation. Now, if there are some that are actually donating for the cause without charging back, like here, this is our piece of good that we can try to do. We earn a whole lot of money here. We are a big part of this industry. So we're giving this back now to get us all on our feet again. Pressure reach people, you know, people. Some serious pressure reaching people right now, you know. I don't know if y'all know it. Not to be doom and gloom, but Pressure I reach people right now. This YouTube says that I'm trying to find the right words to make you notice that YouTube said that if I talk and I talk about a certain incident and it not too friendly, then they put like a mark on my video, which only goes so far. That means only so many people are gonna hear your message and all that. So with all the censorship and everything that's going on all around us, they're tightening it up. So I have to watch how I say even stuff that I really want to say to you. But everybody ain't holding it together under these conditions. So when the brother said people are losing it on the ship, some of them, they can't hold it together much longer. I'm thinking this about their psychological well-being of having gone through that and are still going through that. That's what I'm thinking about. And there's people in Jamaica right now will lose them job and didn't have much money to save in the first place. So now it's just some hand-to-mouth and barely surviving going on. It's rough. There's people in the US. My Caribbean families, a lot of them out here hurting. A lot of people out here hurting, period. And like I said before, the bills don't stop coming. But yes, those people that are on the ship, they were done wrong. Wrong, big time wrong. Aurora Mary says, I'm going to pick some random comments for a little while. So Aurora Mary says, in America, people have to start from the bottom, but in the Caribbean, foreigners come with their money and live better than the locals. Yeah, and that's true. And two sides to that. One, a lot of these foreigners that come to Jamaica to live are foreigners that left as children. And although a bit disconnected from the island, a lot of them are, they came back to be home. So a lot of them are returning residents, essentially. So when we had that spike in murders and all that, and it scared people, there was a lot of people that are saying, I have my house down there, but me not go back there. I built my house in Jamaica, but I ain't going back there. And some people say I went back and people was living in my house and want to fight me for it. Other people are saying it's still paradise. They're still going back. So these are the group of people that a lot of them that are back on the island. I don't know if going from, I'll say, first world country to, I'll say, third world country, quote unquote, it's rough, especially when you're getting older and you have health issues and you're dependent upon a system, quick response in emergency situations, right? Medical emergency situations or any other crime emergency situations, accident emergency situations. If a car lick up into another car right out here where I live, I will put 5 minutes on it before police pull up. 5. If I call and say someone's breaking into my back door right now, I would put 5 to 10 minutes on it. Plus, I'm able to protect myself in more ways than one. Like quick response. These kind of things is something to think about when you're thinking about going back to beautiful Jamaica and retiring there and all that. Somebody says, laugh out loud, weird. Nubian beauty posh. Yes, Andre, if Jamaica people did pull together, they would be so much better. Facts. And that's one of the big things that I push, is that they pull together, man. Just doing little things like go find a clinic that need help, that the government ain't helping up to 100% of what it could be helping. Because, you know, it's corruption is deep in Jamaica. Enough of politicians them yam off the money for the areas they are supposed to be governing and then trickle down a little bit to patch up your son, patch up this. So people suffer in the long run from that. And who's supposed to get the full help don't really get the full help. So Jamaican people are something like idol worshippers as far as their politicians go. They worship them. Yes, I'm a big good up president that. Even people that don't really speak like that end up speaking like that when it comes to their president or their prime minister then. So they prefer to worship them than to hold them accountable. So, I don't know. It's easy for the PM to be doing wrong by 45 people stuck out to sea, and he's still able to walk around from community to community, and not one person mentions it to him face to face. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Owens, what you do around there? So I'm to the people them with up on the ship. Yo, them people have to come home in a big man. Say that. Instead of saying, oh, he's coming, he's here. Oh, I'm the big president. Can I touch the hem of your garments? You know? Can I touch the hem of your garments? I don't know. I hate that term third world country, yeah? But that's why I said quote unquote, because that is. And another thing that I spoke about that I think I needed to touch on is this. Did you see the youth from, because they're not going to highlight it any further. There's a youth from the University of the West Indies. And due to his field of study, and this guy has developed a machine that will monitor a human being's vital signs. And I saw the machine, and so far he has it to where it can actually monitor if the person is standing, sitting, or laying. It can monitor all their vital signs. You know what I'm saying? Pulse, heart rate, that kind of stuff, blood pressure levels, etc., etc. And this is a young youth. And then there were three or five more guys recently that came together and made from scratch a ventilator and demonstrated that the ventilator works. So if we have people that can create ventilators, and we have people that can create machines that monitor a person's vital signs and all these things, ask yourself why they're not investing in these people. Why we have to run away and leave our island and go look for better opportunities elsewhere. A lot of people think a lot of those people that are involved in criminal activities are low-level crime and them kind of something that is because they have no education, when education is not really a shortage. You have a generation of Jamaicans that choose to act like they're dunce and they act as if it's cool. But education is not a shortage thing in Jamaica, right? It is the frustration of being so educated and then having no outlet. When you don't know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? But when you have accomplished and then you just can't go no further, then you have to look outside. You have to look outside. Grow your own. Yeah, grow your own. And that's what I was saying. Grow your own. If you listen to the video where I talk about how they can turn all this around, I don't just talk about problems. I brainstorm solutions, write them out, research and see if they can apply it. And if they do, how would they work over a period of time? Is it even possible? So when I bring it to the forefront, it's not just because I'm thinking out that side of my body. I'm letting you know that these are well thought out. And it's not only from me, it's from others as well. So here we are. We have about 10 minutes, 9 minutes. We have about 10 minutes left on this live. And I'm going to take the time to big up some people. Guyanese Doll says changes starts at the top. If you research the Philippines was one of the most crime-ridden, messed up places in recent times until they got a leader, president or prime minister, whichever one they have, until they got a leader that actually started bringing politicians to full accountability. Some of them were jailed for long periods of time and are still doing prison time. And some of them were even executed. He ended up putting the country first. That's all he did. And anyone that was found to be violating that, stealing funds that should have been going to the people to better our healthcare facilities, to better our emergency response teams, etc., etc. If you were found to be one of those politicians that were stealing from that kitty, that account, and using it in your personal life to live lavish, your kids go to the best school, you stay on the hill over up there with them, the up there. You fly your family out to fancy places. Some of these people, you run away for opportunity into other countries. Some of these people fly to these countries to shop with the money that's supposed to be used for the people. So when we end up in these situations, like 45 or 40, 43 or 45 Jamaicans on that ship, when we end up in these situations, it's because of these things that we allow these politicians to do, because Jamaican people can't band together. They can't. I remember one Jamaican woman came on and made a video and she said, the Chinese people, them are my God. Mr. China, my God. I said, what am I seeing here? And guess what? She sells things for a living, right? So she's just looking at her world. And some people are limited like that. So she has said she sells things for a living. So where she go get these things? Me can't fly go to China. So when Mr. Chin come in, me I forget my goods them from him, and him have the price them, the good price them. When I can come make back a money for myself. I can't argue with her on that in the game of survival. But I'm trying to tell you that majority of the people are easily bought and sold. So don't expect no large group rallies where it's really concerning, where they can actually make real change if they power up together and let it be known. Manners and respect, true brand. Attach it to the end of this video when this is done so you can watch it and listen to the solutions that we put forward. When are we going to break from colonial mentality? That wheel has been set in motion and it is going to stay in motion, it seems. That's why my light went dim, because my battery was dying on the computer. Yeah, the wheel is set in motion. And it's going to stay that way, it seems. It's going to take, I don't know. But I think it's full time that we stop talking about, or not talk about. I think it's full because we never tell the Jews them or the Jewish people them to stop talking about the Holocaust. So I don't think we should stop talking about or stop learning about, say, colonial times and slavery. It's a significant part of our history. But a lot of people are using it as a crutch for generations. And that's a problem. Self-reliance is the key. Self-reliance is the key. You know, say farming, now that we're under this thing here, we realize how important farming is, right? You know, a farmer that my only one had food the other day when everybody else was running to grocery stores and couldn't find nothing in there to eat. All right. So it's important for us to keep talking about that, but let's not use it as a crutch. We have to start becoming self-reliant. And I said that earlier about the guys inventing the respirator, and the guys inventing the vital sign monitoring machine. And now I see people sewing and making their own protective garments to the standard or level that they could be sold to the world. So you must ask yourself, like, we can provide for ourselves. We don't have to depend upon nobody else. And some people think you shouldn't talk because you don't live in Jamaica 365 days a year, so you don't have nothing to say. What? The amount of money I invest in that place and time and energy, plus that's my birthright. I have to talk about it, man, because we want to see the place better. I want to see it better because I'm fighting for it to be better. And I'm calling out people and everything. I'm calling up people. I'm calling out people because I want, when it's my time to say, you know what, I'm done with foreign. I'm going to sit down here so I can be one of them, wake up every day and hear cock crow and eat my 2 fried egg and piece of hard dough bread and a cup of coffee and get to my work and watch beautiful sunrise and sunsets and cook on wood fire and all these things. When it's my time to go do that, I want to know that the place is secured. And I don't have to be like, boy, I'm gonna have to stay in these people land because I'm getting older now and I have a some medical condition that, or if I have an emergency, help might not get to me. That kind of stuff. So we can fight for the place to be better, and we can make it better. The unity is needed, but boy, the lack of unity is killing us. The lack of unity is killing us, and that's the thing that for us. We have 4 minutes to go in this video. Same, do I own my house down there? I pay bills every month, and still you're afraid to go home. Okay, you see it? And this is what I'm saying. And people don't believe me, but it's like they're skipping over the comments that people are voicing their genuine concern. For Queen Bee Dice Scott to say that right there. A foreigner looked at me the other day and said, man, your island is so beautiful, and you got people that are afraid to go there, that are from there. You can't go home because you're scared. And I responded by saying, I can't go home because I'm scared. No, I'm good. I go home all the time. I'm not scared. But because you're not scared don't mean nothing can't happen to you. Because you're not scared don't mean the place is safe. Because and I mean in more than 10 ways. We could deal with a lot of the shortcomings. We just need security. Understand? We need security. That's it. We could deal with the rest. I would go home and farm up the place if I was sure that madness ain't gonna happen around me and I might lose my life because of some trivial stuff. So, and that's a genuine concern for a lot of people. I tell people already all the time, I can protect myself, but for how long? We all grow old and weak. You know what I'm saying? And do you really want to spend your end days in somebody else's land? Have you ever seen these people's like end of life care for people? I mean, them have good end of life care as far as when you need somebody to look at you, but is it quality life, end of life care, health? I love going home and seeing the old people them. Me I go out the road there so. Me I go stretch me leg them and take a piece of cane or a stick and walk along the road and walk, come back up. That still happens. So me want my thing in out. Not being at Walmart with a bad hip because health insurance so high and you didn't make enough to retire off of and you still have bills to pay and you're alone and you're at Walmart with one bad hip talking about welcome to Walmart, may I help you, welcome to Walmart, welcome to Walmart. Jeez, I need a break, my back. I don't know about you, but that's not the vision for me in my later days. So I'm striking the iron while it's hot, while we have the energy to do so. All right, see? Aurora Mary says, I feel lonely here in America. Not many true friends. That's no joke. That is no joke. In my neighborhood where I live, we don't associate with anybody here. And as far as I see, nobody here associates with each other. That's lonely. You can't even walk down the road. You might see so-and-so stand up at them gate, hail them up real quick, hold a conversation. Them know say, yeah man, a SouFLo that them live right up the side of the yellow house. Like, nobody here cares about you like that. Not even to give you a good conversation. You gotta think. This how you really want the end of your days to be? Like, this how you want to age out? This how you want to live out life? No, sir. Baddest things be I miss Jamaica bad. I miss just being able to talk to people, just miss being able to see real life. If me I eat chicken, me know who killed the chicken, clean it up, cook it, or clean it up and I sell me the meat. Beef, me know a man where raise cow. Yam, banana, breadfruit, cocoa, dasheen, Clarendon me come from. It's in abundance around where I stay, around where my people and places. My wife wanted to cook some rundown, salt mackerel rundown a few days ago. And not a few days ago, it was yesterday. And when I went to go buy a piece of yellow yam, and the yellow yam says $2 and something a pound. And I pick up the one little piece of yam, and that yam hit about 3 pounds on the scale. I'm paying like almost $10 for one little piece of yam. So, man. All right, we're gonna cut the video here, right? Remember, people, listen. Don't take those people out of your mind. And wherever you see a post and you can speak up on it, pressure the post comment section, especially if it's in no Star or Gleaner online, Instagram. Pressure them in their comment section, YouTube. Ask about the people that are out to sea. Ask about bringing the people home. There are many other Jamaicans that are stuck overseas, right? And some of them are on vessels. But the difference with these people is the fact that they could have been rescued. Then they got sent way out to Woy, then way to our next place. And now they're confined to their rooms. So while you're having time around your family, just remember that these 43 people are stuck there in conditions that don't look good. We're not in there. We don't know what's going on in there. I'm especially concerned for like the females, because you know weird stuff go on around females, especially in conditions like under desperate conditions. People see opportunity to take advantage of you. You don't know who can sneak in a hoof a room, woman get raped on ship. I'm just thinking all the worst, and I'm thinking all the worst because it's possible to happen the longer we have these people out there and nobody is saying nothing and going silent like they want us to go silent on the topic. So talk upon the topic. Talk upon the topic anywhere. You see Andrew Holness on Instagram? Enough of y'all that go over there and keep telling him about how nice and good up he is. Also remind him about bringing those people home. All right? And we'll take the rest from there. And we will rebuild and we will be great and all this other stuff. Like I said before, this too shall pass. It's not gonna last forever. Anyhow, have a wonderful day. Big up on yourself. Manners and respect to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to every single person who sent $1, $10, $5, $100. This lady from England ended up sending me majority of the money that actually got all that stuff sent out of here. And I have to give thanks to her. I don't know if I'm allowed to mention her name, so I'm not going to mention it. But big up to anybody who sent from $1 all the way up to however the max was. It got done. All right. And I'm very glad that it got done. So thank you for that. Other than that, man, have a wonderful day. It's the weekend. I don't feel like saying it's the freaking weekend, baby. But I think I should have said that anyways. All right. So still trying to find a way to uplift yourself and have a good time. Same way, regardless of what's going on. Life still a keep. All right. Life not done. It's still a keep. All right. So we'll talk at another time. And let me see. One important thing is, my wife, the baby shower. So we're planning a virtual baby shower where, just like how you're tuned in now, you're going to be able to tune into the baby shower. And we're going to do a whole baby shower thing here where wifey going to open her gifts and do all that stuff. I will put the official stuff up for that to give date and time. It is in a few days coming. So stay tuned for that as well. All right. Shout out to everybody out there who's holding it down and keeping sane and helping others and spreading some love. All right. I'm out of here, man. And stay tuned for the video that's coming up next about coffee and a picture on the front of the star. Now I'm gonna say no more. I'm gone. Peace. And I can't go. For some reason, I can't go. The computer don't want to let me go. End stream, end stream, end stream, end stream. Babe, the computer hold me hostage. Now the computer hold me hostage, so I'm gonna play some music and then edit off the end of one time until the computer decides to let me go.
All kind of music you have to. Vamos poder. The computer do.
They hold me hostage.
Come on.
I should be gone. The computer now let me go. We're trying to turn it off and it's stuck.
Oh, Darlene. Darlene, donated $10.
Shout out to Darlene for that $10 donation. Thank you. Blessings.
She calls out to the man on the street. Sir, can you help me? It's cold and I've no place to sleep. Is there somewhere you can tell me? He walks on and doesn't look back. He pretends he can't hear her. Starts to whistle as he left Augusta. Seems embarrassed to be there. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for you and me.
People, I'm trying to turn off the computer. The computer is stuck. The comment section running like this, and it's not turning off. So if you see me here and I'm not saying nothing, is because the live is supposed to have ended. I will eventually do time after just unplug. What time of sleep?
Yes, he is. And then show up again.
He can't see she's been
He's
crying.
been confused and then show up again.
She's got blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying.
You think I could just
Think twice. Just another day for you and me in Kingston Town. Oh, think twice. Just another day for you. You and me in Kingston Town. Just think about Life in Kingston town.
Yeah, bueno, yo estoy viendo que
Oh Lord, is there anything anybody can do? And oh Lord,
No,
there
check
must be
them.
and then you know,
something you
then lose it,
can
you
say.
know,
Well, I'm gonna have to.
You can tell by the lines on your face. You can see that she's in there. Probably been moved on from every place.
Yeah.
But she doesn't fit in
I trust you.
there.
Yeah, hold it up. Let's see.
Think twice. It's just another day for you and me in Kingston Town. Oh, think twice. It's just another day for
Yeah,
you.
but it's nasty.
You and me in Kingston